Now on CoastTV News.
The stormy weather has moved to our east this morning. Otherwise, we've got a couple of windy and cooler days on the way for Delmarva. The weekend is looking pretty decent at this point. I'll have the details coming up.
Rain wreaks havoc. We hear how people living on Delmarva dealt with the storm overnight and the power outages that came with it.
Car tracking controversy, why some Maryland state senators are attempting to ban monitoring devices.
Bridging beach and city, how officials are taking the next step in building a path over Route 1 that connects Milford and Slaughter Beach.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we are making our way in the 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. It is Thursday, March 6th, 2025.
You know, one of the nice things I saw coming in today, because I knew we had these outages, so I went in, checked the tracker, and hardly any of them had any instances going on.
That's
so
good
job
news.
Getting them under control and getting
And
the
you
power
lost
back
power
on.
last night.
I did for several hours. I
how
actually
long?
went to bed.
You know what? That's a good thing
Still
to do. Yeah.
with no power, so wondering if
Wow.
my phone would drain and the alarm wouldn't go off. But it
Well,
did.
you're here, so the alarm went off.
It did.
Thank
Proof that
goodness,
the alarm
Matt.
went off.
Thank goodness, Matt. Well, Bob, it's going to be a little bit more mild today, but still windy.
Yeah, still a little windy out there. Good morning, and I'm glad we all weathered the storm. Yesterday, it was rocking and rolling pretty good into the afternoon and evening hours, but right now it's calmed down. It's cool now, 49 in Seaford, 52 in Milton. Not too bad out the door. Make sure you have a heavier jacket. 52 in Bethany Beach. It is breezy now. Winds sustained around 18 miles per hour in Georgetown, about 10 to 15 elsewhere, and gusting close to 20 miles per hour in Georgetown and Millsboro. And those winds will ramp up today as we are looking at some clouds, some breaks in the clouds over Sussex County. A few stray showers around Cambridge, back to Easton right now, so we can't rule out a stray shower as we go through the next couple of hours. A few more of those across eastern parts of Virginia, and those could be getting into Salisbury, maybe Chincoteague here in the next hour or so. Otherwise, we're getting into a cold northwesterly flow around low pressure to the north, and we'll be looking at those winds increasing. Once again, that stray shower as we go into the morning hours. Otherwise, winds increasing 40s to maybe lower 50s by this afternoon, around 51 in Millsboro and Delmar, and still pretty chilly into the evening hours. Drivecast, watch for the large puddles this morning. Gave it the yellow light there and the yellow light for the afternoon commute because it will be windy and cool. Hang on to that steering wheel.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Bob. This morning we are recovering from the heavy rain and damaging winds from Wednesday's storm. People who are on the roads, they had to deal with driving through deep puddles. Wind was also a very big issue, causing some homes to lose power for an extended period of time. Here's what one man told us about his situation in Milton.
Power is usually pretty reliable here, so it usually comes back within a half hour or so, but it hasn't. So now I'm going through the, get the portable generator going and plug in essentials, that kind of thing.
And east of us on Delmarva, floodwaters hit the streets in Newark, New Jersey. The heavy rain also took down trees. On Wednesday night, the New Jersey Transit said rail service in and out of New York's Penn Station was delayed by up to an hour due to weather-related power issues in one of Amtrak's Hudson River tunnels.
Yeah, and Elisa, here's the other end of that.
It's not a good sight.
Yeah, this is the sound of heavy rain. You can see it moving through parts of New York. It caused flooding in several areas. On your screen, rain pouring through the subway station ceiling.
In Maryland, there appears to be a preemptive strike by state Senate Republicans on a potential new tax. A bill is being debated this afternoon that would ban state and local governments from mandating tracking devices be installed on your car for the purpose of taxing how many miles you drive. Lower Shore Republican Mary Beth Carrozza is co-sponsor to Bill 557. Delaware did consider a similar monitoring program 7 years ago. That one has not been implemented. The Maryland bill is in its early stages. With Democrats holding a strong majority in both chambers of the General Assembly, it could be difficult to get a tracking ban approved.
New this morning, Delaware and Maryland, they're taking aim at one of the initiatives that helped get Donald Trump elected as president, and that would be DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. In Trump's executive order, it ends preferential treatment in schools based on race. The attorneys general from Delaware and Maryland, we're talking about Kathy Jennings and Anthony Brown, along with those in 13 other states, they sent out their guidance on this order. This is for all schools that could be affected if they receive taxpayer money from the federal government. The attorneys general claim that these schools can still promote and seek out what they refer to as DEI experiences.
For nearly 2 years, Milford and Slaughter Beach have been working together to connect the two communities. Town and city officials want to build a bicycle and walking pathway on Route 1 and on March 19th in Milford. The public is invited to learn about this project and some of the alternatives being considered to connect the areas. This is happening from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Milford Public Works facility.
New this morning, BB Healthcare being named a maternity care access hospital. That's according to U.S. News and World Report. Here is what this means. BB will join 118 other hospitals that provide maternity care in areas that otherwise might not have access. The hospital says it's also been redesignated as baby-friendly. That was after a lengthy review process by the national accrediting organization, Baby Friendly USA.
We are learning more about Tidal Health's plans for a health campus in Millsboro. The CEO says the roughly $100 million campus will expand their primary care services in the area, as well as offer specialty services such as cardiology and ENT care.
We actually did a physician needs assessment recently. It was quite fascinating. Our service area, which is about 7 counties these days, is growing twice the national average.
Tidal Health CEO says they will break ground on that campus in April, and the first building is expected to take around 18 months to complete.
Now taking a live look at Washington, D.C., Capitol building, a place for debate on Trump administration's efforts to eliminate what is being referred to as government waste, along with the impact of new tariffs. This, as the man the president is tasked in identifying cuts to the bureaucracy, Elon Musk, met with congressional Republicans.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us how lawmakers and voters are responding to these new changes.
And we're making good progress.
President Trump's top advisor, Elon Musk, meeting with Republican lawmakers Wednesday night, seeking to reassure as elected officials in both parties hear from constituents angered over sweeping job and spending cuts.
We are all going to suffer from the consequences of these actions.
Republicans largely defending Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, discussing a possible package to codify the cuts into law.
He's helping us uncover all the spending and letting us know where the waste is.
While pointing to angst among veterans over looming cuts.
I wanted to make it crystal clear, and I did, that we have to make sure there's no degradation to veterans' benefits. And Elon Musk was crystal clear that there shall not be.
That as the Veterans Affairs Secretary announced plans to slash 15% of its workforce, up to 80,000 employees.
We're going to accomplish this without making cuts to health care or benefits.
Democrats skeptical, saying the harm will land on veterans.
A betrayal to the promise of our service members. It's going to mean longer wait times, fewer appointments.
All as the White House looks to limit tariffs, announcing a pause on the 25% tariffs for cars and auto parts coming from Mexico and Canada, after hearing directly from the big 3 automakers. But it's just a 1-month exemption before President Trump wants reciprocal tariffs on a broad swath of U.S. trading partners to kick in. Many American businesses bracing for a blow.
It's anticipated that the spring sales will be down significantly.
President Trump adamant short-term pain will be worth long-term gains for the U.S. economy. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Yeah, coming up, stranded seals safe. We have the latest animal to wind up on our coastal beaches and what you should do if you encounter one.
Also, Milton Business Moves will tell you what you can expect from a new business park coming to the area.
But first, former bassist gives back, a member of the band Bad Company, now supporting kids and young adults through food and music. We'll show you that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Welcome to the Brush Factory. Explore our over 60 local merchants and artists all together under one roof. You just never know what you'll find at the Brush Factory on Kings. As always, we'd like to thank you for supporting our family of local merchants.
We could not do it without you.
Are you suffering from hair loss? Maybe you need to cut a few pounds. Ready to start dating again? Well, here at East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air, we can help you with none of that.
But what we can help you with is plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, tub and showers, water heaters, air conditioning, heat pumps, gas furnaces, and sewer and water main replacements. Stop dealing with chamois that don't work and call Delmarva's top service provider.
East Coast Plumbing, Heating, and Air! Or find us online at eastcoastplumbing247.com. Forget about it.
Many of our viewers might be familiar with the name Paul Cullen. He's a local musician, has a lot of events, pretty well known around here. But did you know he used to be a bassist for a rock and roll group that is now nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? In this week's Coastal Connections, Brandon Ferguson introduces us to Cullen and shows us part of his life you might not be familiar with.
He like me can love to you.
Playing instruments was how it all started for Paul Cullen, now a part of a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominated band, Bad Company.
It's a long time coming, they sold over 40 million albums.
Before the popular rock band, Cullen found himself in the Sunshine State and was a part of his own band called the Boys of Summer.
I met him down in Florida, and that's how I got the job with the band. Is I was kind of hanging out with those guys, and the original bass player didn't want to go on tour, so they asked me. I went and auditioned and got the job after 2 songs and 2 pints of beer.
Cullen was a bassist for Bad Company from 1990 to 1994, touring across the country. The memorabilia he gathered from his time are still his prized possessions to this day.
Well, this was me back in 1991. I had long flowing black hair, and now I'm just happy I have hair. And then this was our tour jacket, leather jacket, Bad Company. That's the tour that I did, Holy Water. And that's one of my favorites. That's our U.S. Marshal badge. It has my name on there, Outlaw Paul. And then I got a gold record for helping promote Holy Water on that tour.
Fast forwarding over 30 years, Cullen fell in love with the coast and moved here in 2001, contributing to the community through Paul Cares, his nonprofit organization helping people achieve their musical and culinary dreams. For Cullen, starting Paul Cares was destiny, creating opportunities and memories like this one.
Alondra is going in May. She is a single mom, and she works for us, but she goes to Del Tech College for culinary. So we're sending her with her class to Italy for 10 days. So. Yeah, it's really, for me, it's been very heartwarming to be able to help and to pay it forward.
Nowadays, Cullen owns the Room at Cedar Grove, hosting 4 to 5 concerts a week, with all proceeds going towards his nonprofit. He is also a private chef who brings a little more than just cooking.
My happy place is when I show up to somebody's house and there's a party of 16 waiting for me, and I cook for them, pour wine, and I play a private concert for them afterwards.
One man, a few bands, and now food, all bringing people together. For Coastal Connections, I'm Brandon Ferguson.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
Tired of your old tub? Imagine stepping into a brand new, modern walk-in shower designed for style, comfort, and safety. At Baths by Spicer Brothers, we make upgrading your bathroom easy. Our factory-certified team provides professional 5-star installation in as little as 1 day.
And with our price match guarantee and done right guarantee, you get the best service at the best price. Right now, save 20% on your entire bathroom project with payments as low as $79 a month.
Call Baths by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
Is your energy bill punching you in the gut? At Chagrin Home Comfort Products, we can help you fight back with the latest energy-efficient heating and air conditioning systems, tankless water heaters, and gas fireplaces, all designed to keep your home comfortable while lowering your energy cost. Take control of your electric bill today. Stop in our state-of-the-art showroom in the Midway Shopping Center in Rehoboth or give us a call at 302-644-7700. Chagrin Home Comfort Products. Home comfort you can count on.
The 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival is March 6th through the 9th. Enjoy 100 independent films and party with the stars. Help us welcome 2 local award-winning filmmakers, John Chester and Erica Messer. They'll be on stage at the OC Performing Arts Center commentating on their film, The Biggest Little Fawn. Tickets start at just $20. Make it a weekend and stay at the beach starting at only $59 per night. Get your passes at OCMDFilmFestival.com.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
Give your home that brand new house feel with a spring refresh from Spicer Brothers Construction. From top quality roofing, siding, windows, doors, and gutters, we can handle all your exterior renovations installed by professional experts, built to last a lifetime.
And with our price match guarantee and done right guarantee, you can have total peace of mind. Right now, save 25% on your entire Refresh Your Home project. Plus, with our Home Shield Protection Package, know your home is covered year-round.
Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Time is 6:16, and you are looking live at a Salisbury that's trying to dry out this morning. And, Bob, you're tracking some more winds for today, though fortunately rain not a factor later on.
No, maybe a few showers this morning, Matt, and those winds will dry us out. We still have some large puddles out there, so keep that in mind as you go out and about this morning. But we had a lot of wind yesterday. Salisbury had a peak gust to 60 miles per hour. Georgetown and Seaford both over 50 miles per hour with a gust of 47. And Laurel, Lewis checking in with 42 mile per hour wind gusts, and so did Dagsboro as well. And the rain, boy, it was coming down, like sideways. Bethany Beach almost 2 inches for you. Milford 1.85, 1.81 in Indian River Inlet. And Greenwood, a lot of rain for you, 1.71, 1.68 in Georgetown, and Millsboro over 1.33 inches of rain, and some damage reports too. Nothing too significant. We had a large tree limb down on a power line just outside of Millsboro, and then associated with the storm itself, thunderstorm wind damage in Ocean Pines, several trees down in that neck of the woods yesterday evening. So we had some of that, no tornadoes, thankfully, and now our weather is calming down. 48 in Seaford right now in Salisbury, 52 in Red, and 50 in Rehoboth, and 49 into Ocean Pines, as those winds are beginning to pick up out of the northwest, sustained about 10 to 18 miles per hour, but gusting to 21 in Millsboro, 22 Indian River Inlet, and they'll continue to ramp up as we go through the day. Right now, we'll call it mostly cloudy across Sussex County. We have a lingering shower around Cambridge back through Easton, so we could see a few more hit and miss showers through the morning hours. We have some of those across eastern Virginia, and they could be headed our way the next hour or so. Otherwise, we're into a cold northwest flow behind this system, and the winds will keep pretty much revving up the next couple of days. As we're looking at futurecasts this morning, still can't rule out a stray shower. Here's 9 a.m. A shower and temperatures in the 40s, maybe clearing out by noon a little bit with some sunshine, upper 40s, and then lower 50s by the 2 o'clock hour, but feeling much colder with a strong northwesterly wind. So those lower 50s feeling more like lower 40s, and it will be blustery and cold this evening as temperatures fall from the 40s into the lower 30s by your Friday morning. And tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, but it's just going to be breezy again. Maybe a few afternoon clouds and temperatures into the 40s and low 50s with those gusty winds into the afternoon, 35 to 40 miles per hour. So make sure you secure those outdoor items. And we're still looking at gusty winds as we go into your Friday as well, turning more westerly with time. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, low to mid 50s today and tomorrow with a mix of sun and clouds. And then the weekend, not bad. Partly cloudy Saturday, 52. Clocks go ahead 1 hour Sunday morning as we move into daylight saving time. Check the batteries and the CO and smoke detectors. Always a good idea this time of year as the sun goes down after 7 p.m. on Sunday. 53 on Sunday, then warming up next week, 60 on Monday, all the way up to 70 by Wednesday, and mostly sunny skies.
I like that 70 degrees, Bob. I'm tracking that one. Thank you. More development in Milton. We're talking about 44 office buildings and Arroyo Farms in this area. It's located in a lot across from the Food Line and McDonald's. Some people in Milton that we talked to, they're saying there is already enough development.
It's too much. It's getting to be too much in this town. I mean, I don't know what the planning board is thinking, but I don't know how much more land can be taken in traffic.
And this is still an ongoing story. Currently, there's no official completion date just yet.
Up next on Coast TV News today, stranded seal now safe. We'll show you the other recent rescues along our coast and how to help the animals before first responders get there. Don't go anywhere.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
What are you doing here?
I'm here for your 6-month crawl space inspection. Come on, follow me.
I should get out of these clothes.
Believe me, my friend, it's perfectly clean down there. I can't stress the importance of having braziers monitor your crawl space.
What is there to inspect?
Your sub pump, your dehumidifier, and we inspect your whole crawl space for you.
You can't beat that type of service, and there's no bugs down here. Which reminds me.
Son-in-law, is my room ready yet? Come on.
Absolutely.
I'm Kelly Geloff with the Law Offices of Tunnel and Razor. I became an attorney to help people when they need it most. Accidents and injuries can turn your world upside down, but you don't have to face the legal process alone. Our dedicated team has built a legacy of trust and commitment to our clients, ensuring you feel supported every step of the way. We aim to reduce your stress and be the voice you need to get the compensation you deserve. We're the personal injury team of Tunnel and Razor.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Your smile is your first impression, so make it an unforgettable one. At Miles of Smiles Cosmetic of Salisbury, we specialize in creating beautiful smiles. Whether you're looking for a routine exam, cosmetic upgrade, or advanced dental care, we deliver the future of dentistry with a personal touch. We are transforming how oral care is delivered through advanced technology and personalized treatments. Call today and schedule your new smile consultation. Miles of Smiles Cosmetic of Salisbury. Beautiful smiles for a healthy lifestyle.
Stranded on the beach, people came together to save a seal in Fenwick Island. For 3 days, this harp seal was laying on the beach, which prompted the Marine Education Research and Rehabilitation Institute to jump in and take it to help.
We did know this animal was somewhat underweight. It didn't have enormous signs of ill health, but there can always be unknown underlying conditions.
According to Thurman, the harp seal is now being taken to the National Aquarium in Baltimore to be looked after.
Yeah, there he goes. And while seal season is in full swing, you may be wondering what you should do if you happen to find one on the beach. The Mare Institute is reminding beachgoers that if you do see any seals, be sure to call Mare, as the seals could have some underlying issues. Stay at least 150 feet away and keep dogs on a leash.
As you just saw, seal season is in full swing along the coast, and in February we recently reported how this seal, better known as Montebello, was rescued from Dewey Beach and later returned to the sea after some TLC.
Looks like Montebello was smiling there.
He does.
That same week, we got this guy here, Pisces, was rescued off the coast of Fenwick Island. Due to the extent of Pisces' condition, he has since been taken to the National Aquarium in Baltimore for treatment and care. I think he was waving to you,
I think he's
Lisa.
waving too. All right, Matt, well, we said it is warmer this week, which is definitely something that you and I like to see and feel. It's not as windy or rainy today, but still a little bit of wind. So.
Yeah, you know how I feel about the warm, Bob, and we're still getting that breeze at our beaches today, which could affect the temperature there.
Yeah, well, be patient. We've got warmer weather, I think, as we go into next week. It's just breezy and chilly today. In fact, windy. Gale warning for the Atlantic Ocean, the inland bays, and Delaware Bay, too. We're going to be seeing choppy seas out there. Chincoteague and Assateague pretty much staying in the 40s all day, and those winds, they will be gusting over 30 miles per hour at times. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, a mix of sun and clouds, close to 50 this afternoon, but really much of the day you stay in the 40s with waves 2 to 4 feet. Cambridge, 54 today. Then we're staying in the lower 50s Friday into Saturday, and then lower 50s for highs into Crisfield as well. I think the winds will start to back off as we go into the weekend. And the weekend forecast not looking too bad. Much more on that coming up in the next half hour.
And after the break on Coast TV News today, DEI direction will tell tell you about the new guidance released by Maryland and Delaware leaders over the politically controversial topic.
Also monitoring miles in Maryland, the preemptive pushback on a car tracking system designed to tax drivers.
In wild weather reactions, we'll show you the outcome of that thunderstorm on Delmarva and how some locals bunkered down or just enjoyed the noise. Coast TV News Today will be right back.
Welcome to Kelly's Outdoors, your local outdoor superstore in Millsboro. We carry everything you need this hunting season, from waterfowling gear to deer hunting essentials, bows, tree stands, ammo, and apparel from brands like Drake and Nomad. We also have a wide selection of saltwater and freshwater fishing gear and crabbing supplies for your next day on the water. Kelly's Outdoors now has a wide supply of guns, pistols, and rifles from Rattay, Browning, Winchester, Savage, Beretta, Sig, Springfield, and Smith & Wesson. Before your next outdoor adventure, visit Kelly's Outdoors in Millsboro today.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
Dandelions, a bright yellow warning that now is the time for prevention because crabgrass and clover aren't far behind. Hillside Lawn Service has been making lawns around the Chesapeake healthier and weed-free for nearly 30 years. From soil to trees, grass and weeds, Hillside's certified agronomists test your soil, apply exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't. Their high-efficiency formulas help protect our waterways. Switch to Hillside now and get $25 off their annual maintenance program. Call Hillside Lawn Service for your free assessment.
In 1925, Avery W. Hall had a vision to protect what matters most and uplift the community he loved. Today, that vision thrives. From humble beginnings to over 100 dedicated professionals, 5 locations, and countless lives touched, Avery Hall is built on reliability, service, and compassion. Over the last century, we've protected dreams, strengthened communities, and stood by our promise to treat every person with care every time. Here's to the next 100 years together. Avery Hall, insurance solutions for today's world.
Now on Coast TV News.
The stormy weather has moved to our east. Still a few stray showers out there this morning, and we still have a couple of more windy and cooler days on the way. The weekend is looking decent at this point. I'll have the details coming up.
Delmarva drenching, we look at that wild night and how people dealt with the rain and the power outages.
Conservation concerns the effort to protect farms from heavy rain and high winds.
Monitoring Maryland miles, we have a concern over the use of tracking data to tax drivers in the current attempt to stop it.
This is Coast TV News Today.
March 6, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
And the time is 6:28. We hope for a calmer Thursday because Wednesday night, it was some wild storm.
It was, but I want to touch on something Bob said earlier. He told you and I to be patient for warm weather. What?
You are not talking to the right guy when it comes to
Bob,
patience.
How dare you tell us to be
Ooh,
patient?
How dare you, Bob?
No. I know next week looks really good.
Wow. Well, not only mild, but good morning, guys, but sustained warmth for a few days, I think, next week. So maybe we're getting our way into spring as we get into the warmer weather next week. Anyway, just took a look outside in Milton. We're clearing things out. So much of Sussex County seeing quiet and mostly clear skies. Seeing a few showers around Cambridge back into the eastern area. So just keep your umbrella handy the next couple of hours or so. Chesapeake Bay also seeing some showers. Those could be moving up into Nanticoke and Salisbury and Westover here the next hour or so. So it's just a little leftover moisture. Otherwise, things will start to dry out, but it'll get windy as we go through the day with low pressure off to our north and west. 48 in Georgetown now, 49 in Delmar, 51 in Ocean City, 52 in Bethany Beach, and the winds are beginning to pick up. In fact, gusting over 20 miles per hour in a lot of places right now. Here's Futurecast this morning. Still looking at a few spotty showers out there and some clouds from time to time, but I think we'll see a break in those clouds a little bit later on, early afternoon near 50 inland areas. Cooler at the beaches and then windy and cool into the afternoon with 40s and low 50s. Here's a bus stop forecast for the kiddos. Don't need to bundle up, but dress warmly and maybe have an umbrella. Stray showers possible, 48 off to school. And then heading home, breezy and chilly and a temperature around 50 degrees.
Thank you, Bob. And Delmarva is recovering from some of that heavy rain. Actually,
yeah, let's take a look at this right now. I want to get this video on the screen. So we talked about all that rain and weather early last night. Well, here has been a trouble area last year when we had weather like that. This is the Indian River Inlet. This is the dunes. And last year, you know, those dunes breached a couple of times. Right now, things looking pretty good there. I know they've been working on that, but good to see that some of the work that's been done is preventing any breaches so far near the Indian River Inlet.
That is good to see. Well, Delmarva is recovering from the heavy rainfall and damaging winds experienced during Wednesday's thunderstorm. And those were on the roads. People who were on the roads had to deal with going through puddles that filled the roads.
Yeah, wind was a big issue, causing some homes to lose power for an extended period of time. CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us how people were just making the most of the wild weather.
Power coming in and out.
That was power for a minute. They had green lights. Did you saw that, right?
And plenty of rain and wind all across the coast. Wednesday's storm left roads and streets submerged in water. The wind, on the other hand, was the reason some neighborhoods in Milton lost power. Paul Olson lives in Cannery Village. Luckily, he and his wife were prepared.
Power is usually pretty reliable here, so it usually comes back within a half hour or so, but it hasn't. So now I'm going through get the portable generator going and plug in essentials, that kind of thing.
He says without it, they would be completely in the dark, and he's glad he saved it for a rainy or windy day.
Everyone in the neighborhood struggles with poor cell coverage, so when you lose your internet and Wi-Fi, you're in the dark.
Heather Ryanstar and her daughter Robin made the most of the outage, and despite some rain, went for a walk with their furry friend Dash.
We lit all the candles, and we like to go camping, so we have a lot of camping lanterns, headlamps. We got out all the lanterns and headlamps, and we played a good board game.
While the power came back on, the rainwater stayed. What I want to do now is show you just how deep this water actually is. I have a straw from my lunch earlier today, but first I'm going to use my boot to show you. When I step in here, it is fully submerged. If it weren't for that boot, my feet and socks would both be drenched. Thankfully, they're dry right now. Let's take our trusty straw, and as you can see, the straw gets about halfway in there. So there's about that much water all over the roads that drivers have to navigate through. As the rain slows down and power has been restored, it's only a matter of time until the next storm rolls in. For CoastTV News, I'm Brendan Conroy.
Another concern about the heavy rain and high winds on Wednesday was the effect it would have on farms. Weather like that can cause precious soil to wash away, and one of the ways to prevent that is encouraging our farmers to plant cover crops. That was a big topic at this week's Sussex Conservation District workshop. Cover crops, that's vegetation like rye and winter wheat, and it is a priority program in Delaware.
It all doesn't just wash off into, our local waterways and streams, polluting those and taking the nutrients with them. Cover crops really allow those crops to pick up any excess nutrients that are left in the fall, hold them in that crop so that they're available when the farmers go to plant in the spring.
Yeah, Bear tells CoastTV that cover crops in his program received the largest amount of funding for any program from the federal government.
New this morning, concern in Maryland over the state government tracking where you drive and then taking that information to tax you. It's the reason Lower Shore Senator Republican Mary Beth Carrozza is co-sponsoring a bill that attempts to stop just that. A hearing is scheduled on Bill 557 this afternoon in the Senate's Budget and Taxation Committee. If approved, the legislation would block state and local governments from mandating tracking devices be installed in privately owned vehicles for the purpose of taxing how many miles are driven. Delaware considered a similar monitoring program 7 years ago. That one has not been implemented.
Happening now, Delaware and Maryland are taking aim at one of the initiatives that helped get Donald Trump elected as president. That would be DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. Trump's executive order ends preferential treatment in schools based on race. The attorneys general from Delaware and Maryland, Kathy Jennings and Anthony Brown, along with those in 13 other states, sent out their guidance on the order. And this is for all schools that could be affected if they receive taxpayer money from the federal government. The attorneys general claim that these schools can still promote and seek out what they refer to as DEI experiences.
For nearly 2 years, Milford and Slaughter Beach have been working together to connect the two communities. Town and city officials want to build a bicycle and walking pathway on Route 1, and on March 19th in Milford, the public is invited to learn about this project and some of the alternatives being considered to connect the areas. This is happening from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Milford Public Works facility. We are now taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol, and President Trump is taking on concerns over DOGE cuts and the impacts of newly imposed tariffs. This as the man the president has asked to task identifying those cuts, Elon Musk, met with congressional Republicans. Republicans are largely defending the Department of Government Efficiency, while Democrats skeptical over the changes. All of this as the White House looks to limit harm from new tariffs, announcing a pause on the 25% tariffs for cars and auto parts coming from Mexico and Canada, after hearing directly from the big three automakers.
He's helping us uncover all the spending and letting us know where the waste is.
A betrayal to the promise of our service members. It's going to mean longer wait times, fewer appointments.
President Trump is adamant short-term pain will be worth long-term gains for the U.S. economy.
Got a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, climate conversations in Delaware. We'll tell you about the summit that took place in Dover this week.
Also, ticket to title game as we go from 4 to 2 programs remaining in the bid to win the Delaware Girls Basketball State Championship.
And fun at the Film Festival. We'll tell you what to expect from this year's Ocean City Film Festival as it kicks off today. Stay with us on CoastTV News Today.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art.
Looking for our first house. We're growing a family. The Parker Group and our realtor Jen, they were great. Helped us get our first home. That was a very smooth, easy process, especially for our first time. Family expanded a little bit more. We went right to the Parker Group because how easy it was first time. And before we knew it, here we are in our next home and we love it.
Our experience with the Parker Group was seamless.
Our realtor and the Parker Group was almost like a family in a way. They were there for us when we needed them. That was a big thing.
100% we would go with the Parker Group again.
Success is a deeply personal concept for me. It's about fulfilling a passion and serving others. It's about living in alignment with my values. Exactly what I've done with Capstone Homes. County Bank is my partner, and with their unwavering support and shared values, together, we've built more than homes. We've built a legacy of success.
We're legendary locals bank, County Bank, member FDIC.
It is 6:38 on our Thursday morning. Tidal Health Cam, lots of clouds in Salisbury, seeing a few breaks of blue. Still a couple of showers could be headed your way this morning as we're still seeing some wet roads and watch for large puddles out there. Sussex County right now, we're looking at mostly clear skies, but a few showers for the eastern shore right now, and also a few more showers now making their way southern tip of Delmarva, maybe moving into Westover, Elliott, and Salisbury here the next half hour or so. Otherwise, once these showers move out, I think we'll see sun and clouds and blustery northwest winds as we go into the afternoon. Temperatures right now, upper 40s from Salisbury to Milton, around 51 in Bethany Beach, 50 in Rehoboth, and the winds already gusting over 20 miles per hour, and they'll be ramping up throughout the day. Today's checklist, yeah, secure those outdoor items for sure. My garbage cans were flying all over the place yesterday. Drive with caution. Still have some large puddles out there. Need the umbrella this morning and the windbreaker all day. Make sure you have a warm beverage. That's important. And the sunglasses too as we go through the day. Umbrella giveaway winner today is Mason White from Salisbury. Congratulations to him from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
New this morning, an annual fundraiser is back along the coast. Do More 24 Delaware. It kicks off tonight. What this is, it's an initiative that promotes 24 hours of giving to nonprofits. Some of those nonprofits include the Brandywine Valley SPCA, Camp Rehoboth, and the Cape Henlopen Senior Center. The giving starts at 6 p.m.
Also happening today, if you're a fan of movies, you can head to Ocean City for the 9th Annual Film Festival. The event kicks off today and will feature screenings of films across various venues in OC. Along with the screenings, this year you can expect Q&A sessions with filmmakers, panels, and special events. The festival will last until Sunday.
You'll have the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, and actually watching all of that from the comfort of your own living room. Got some good news here for you. The Delmarva Sports Network and the Delmarva Shorebirds, the Baltimore Orioles single-A affiliate based out of Salisbury, are announcing that after a successful partnership last season, the two are teaming up again, and this time they will bring you even more games. You can watch them for free right on your television. And Shorebirds General Manager Chris Bitters is excited to bring more baseball to more fans.
Riley delivers. That's roped over to third, and it's going to get through the hole for a base hit.
We appreciate the relationship we have with DSN and being able to really reach our fans where they're at. We know the reality is that coming to 66 Shorebird games probably isn't realistic for most people. While we have our troopers that are out most nights, being able to connect with our fans when they're at home in the comfort of their living room is a great opportunity to keep reinforcing our partnership and the opportunity with the Shorebirds and have them continue their relationship with our players and our product.
So this year we've increased from 15 games to 25 games. We'll have 25 throughout the season, starting with the home opener here in April and concluding with the season finale in September, and then we'll have multiple other games over the course of the season.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. Sanford and St. Elizabeth with a shot to advance to the DIAA Girls Basketball State Finals. Let's get to the action. In the first quarter, the shot from Naomi Allen bounces off the rim and right into the net, giving the Warriors their first points of the night, 2-0 Sanford. Shortly after, Tanaya Reese of St. Elizabeth nails a three-pointer, putting the Vikings ahead 5-2. Then Tori Richardson of the Vikings drives in and puts in two. St. Elizabeth up 7-2 now. Still in the first quarter, Richardson from the corner nails a triple for the Vikings, making the score 14-4. Second quarter, Jada Snow of Sanford lets it fly, and nothing but net. Warriors down by 5. Sanford trying to keep it going. Asia Adams launches a three and drills it. Sanford trailing by 2 now. To the third quarter, Jada Snow knocks it down from Tripletown, tying the score at 23, and she wasn't done. Snow now in the center and makes it rain threes. Sanford taking the lead 26-23. Later in the third, Tori Richardson battles through contact and gets the bucket to go, knotting it up at 26. And here comes more Richardson, laying it in for St. Elizabeth, putting them ahead 28-26. To the fourth quarter of action, Tanaya Reese of St. Elizabeth with the rock and sails into, giving the Vikings a 32-26 lead. Next up, Ellie Carter Serrano of Sanford knocks it down from beyond the arc as the Warriors trail by 7. But St. Elizabeth goes on to win 40-31, advancing to the Delaware State Finals. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
Here's what's coming up tonight on DSN. Maryland High School girls basketball postseason action. Parkside hosting Kent Island, and then catch a full recap of all the action tonight on the final score at 10:30.
And if you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from CoastTV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. And here's a look at what's coming up today on Coast Life.
We hope you're excited for another episode of Coast Life. Let's see what's coming up today at 4.
We've got something special, a great musical performance from Julie Derrick. You're not going to want to miss this one. Plus, we're going to be talking with Irish Eyes because St. Patrick's Day is coming up, how they're celebrating in Milton.
All that fun and so much more is coming up today at 4 on Coast Life.
We're seeing a really pretty sunrise right now in Laurel on the Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera. We'll see sun and clouds today, and it will be breezy as the stormy weather has moved away and cooler the next couple of days. And right now, the weekend looking pretty decent. I'll have all the forecast details coming up in just 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Don't miss the Delaware Resorts Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo, March 8th at Cape and Lopin High. Admission is free, so bring the family and tell your friends. Enjoy a full array of health, fitness, and leisure activities, physical therapy, health food, home products, and services. And BB Healthcare is offering free screenings. Don't miss the free Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo March 8th, 9 to 4 at Cape and Lopin High in Lewis.
Imagine an evening of sophistication where ambiance feels like a dream. Welcome to Benvenuto's Fine Dining in the city of Livorno, where elegance meets culinary excellence. Every detail is designed to elevate your night, perfect for intimate dining or a special event, piano music, and a stunning Tuscan atmosphere. Enjoy international cuisine crafted with fresh, local ingredients, offering a symphony of flavors, each course as unique as the next. Call ahead and create your own unforgettable multi-course dining experience. Benvenuto Restaurant in Milford.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Coastal Comfort knows there's no place like home. It's where we can be totally comfortable. Totally comfortable being ourselves, making a mess, making improvements, making strides, making memories with those we love. Totally. Big or small, at the beach, or on the farm, all along the Eastern Shore. It's home, and Coastal Comfort is always here to keep you totally comfortable.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware. Carrier, turn to the experts.
The time now is 6:47 and we are taking a live look outside at Laurel. And Bob, we're seeing that beautiful sunrise coming through in the sun. It's giving us a little bit more warmth this week, a little bit of winds today, but I plan on spending time outside after work today.
Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, get outside, exercise. The wind's still pretty brisk today, Elisa, but we don't have the crazy winds like we had yesterday or the rain. Boy, we had a lot of rain the last 24 hours. Look at this, almost 2 inches in Bethany Beach yesterday into last night. Milford 1.85, 1.81 Indian River Inlet. Greenwood 1.71, 1.68 inches in Georgetown and Millsboro. A little over an inch and a third of rain for you and lots of wind too. Salisbury had a gust of 60 with a gust of 52 in Georgetown, 51 in Seaford, 47 in Laurel, and gust of 42 miles per hour in Lewis and Dagsboro. And a couple of storm reports to non-thunderstorm wind damage in Millsboro. We had a large tree limb down on a power line east of Millsboro. And then thunderstorm wind damage in Ocean Pine, several trees down on power lines there. So it was a rough and tumble afternoon. Thankfully, no tornadoes. Now it's just cool and breezy behind that system. 48 in Delmar and Georgetown, 48 in Redden. So it is continuing to cool down. 51 in Bethany Beach, and northwesterly winds are picking up now, gusting close to 20 in Millsboro, 23 in Ocean City, and they'll be pretty gusty throughout the day. Mostly clear as of now in Sussex County, but that could change as we have a few sprinkles across the eastern shore from Cambridge into Easton right now. Also a few more showers farther to the south and west of Salisbury into Crisfield, and those will be moving to the north and east. So I think we'll be looking at some showers for the next hour or two, and then we dry it out with a chilly northwest flow. And here is Futurecast indicating some of those lingering showers this morning, and then by noon we'll start to see some sunshine. Temperatures only in the mid to upper 40s and feeling colder with the breeze. Could get into the lower 50s for a time mid-afternoon, then falling back into the 40s, and it will be a blustery and cold overnight. By Friday morning, we're seeing temperatures down near freezing or a little bit above, but with that wind feeling like low to mid-20s, and lots of sunshine heading into your Friday with temperatures in the 40s. I think we do get into the lower 50s as we go into the afternoon hours, with a little bit more in the way of clouds as the winds start to shift to the southwest. But those winds really ramping up today, gusting 35 to close to 40 miles per hour. So make sure those outdoor items are secured. And still breezy and cold tonight. Those feels like temperatures in the 20s with the gusty winds, and those winds becoming a little more west and southwesterly later Friday. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Temperatures a little bit above average, 54 today. Partly cloudy Friday, 53. And then as we go into the weekend, lower 50s. Remember, clocks go ahead 1 hour Sunday morning as we go to daylight saving time. And then warmer next week, 60 Monday, mid-60s Tuesday, and Wednesday looking real good, mostly sunny and 70 degrees.
The impact of climate change is being felt across the world, with states like Delaware facing significant challenges. This week, the Delaware Resilience and Sustainable Communities League held its 8th annual summit in Dover. Data and trends were presented focusing on rising sea levels, extreme weather, and increasing temperatures.
Trends are showing that, we're going to see more impacts going forward. So it's an economic issue, it's a livability issue. It just makes sense to invest.
The theme of this year's summit was adapting, innovating, and mitigating the impacts of Delaware's changing climate.
Happening today, the South Bethany Police Department, they are partnering with the Delaware Department of Technology and Information to host a presentation on cybersecurity. Topics here include how to identify scams, avoid being a victim, and how to also stay safe online. This will take place from 1 to 3 this afternoon at the South Bethany Town Hall.
This morning, Georgetown officials will continue to investigate the cause of this smoky scene from Wednesday afternoon. The Georgetown Fire Company responded to an outside fire on Pepper Road just before 3 p.m. The Millsboro Fire Company also responded to help put this fire out.
Got a case of road rage in Milford ending with one driver in handcuffs. Delaware State Police say 45-year-old Jason Boyd from Lincoln University in Pennsylvania is facing charges after police say he was tailgating a Milford man. This was on Bay Road Tuesday. The Milford driver suddenly hit the brakes, causing Boyd's truck to crash into him. This is when police say both drivers pulled into a parking lot and Boyd pepper sprayed the other driver. Police say Boyd is facing assault charges. The other driver was cited for reckless driving.
The time is now 6:51, and we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Let us do that in today's coastal pet of the day. Too occupied to interrupt his owner's hobby. On your screen right now, that's 4-year-old Tucker playing with a soup bone. And as you can see, Tucker's full attention is on that bone while his family is doing some gardening. I guess Tucker not contributing to that yard work,
I don't
Elisa.
think so. Well, we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva, so make sure you send us photos and tell us what makes them so special.
You can take a look at your screen there, upper middle part, QR code, scan that, get your friends to us here, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It looks like Tucker is in supervisor mode there in the grass. We're looking at clouds, some blue skies right now, breezy conditions on the gutter, helmet cam, 50 degrees in Ocean View. Stormy weather has moved to our east. We're looking at breezy and cooler weather moving in the next few days, including the weekend. Weekend not bad, and a nice warm up next week, close to 70 degrees. I'll let you know when that happens in my 10-day forecast coming up next.
I'm Tom Hanks, the narrator of The Americas. Her head's been turned. It's TV at its absolute finest. The Americas, Sunday on NBC and Peacock.
Stay out of my case.
How is the murder case going? Not wonderful?
Not a good look for a man accused of murder. Stewart, if you hang up on me, you're going to regret it. Suits LA, new Sunday on NBC and Peacock.
Don't settle for anything less than the best. Go Glass has developed a premium series of shower enclosures designed for homeowners who appreciate elegance and quality. Choose the Heron series for a frameless, spa-like feel. Our Chesapeake series sails smoothly along the track, maximizing your space. Combine strength and elegance with the Shinkantake series. For a bold statement piece, our Peninsula series is for you. Go Glass brings your dream shower to life. Your shower, your way. Repair, replace, upgrade, or enhance. Go Glass is your one-stop shop for everything glass, friendly and fast.
Winter may be packing its bags, but it left a chill behind. Don't let a cold snap catch you off guard. Call FH Fur for our $69 heating system tune-up. We'll keep your system running smoothly so you're warm and snug until spring finally makes up its mind. Act now and get our no-breakdown guarantee. With over 40 years of trusted service, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical are the pros who've seen and fixed it all.
877-GOLFER, FHFur.com.
On August 1st of 1924, my great-grandfather, Samuel E. Shockley, met in Willards with a small group of men to determine the advisability of opening a bank in Willards, Maryland.
Put yourself in their shoes. A train comes through town, there's horses and buggies, and the only way that they could allocate capital through this area of Wicomico County was to build a bank. It's an audacious goal.
They wanted to build a bank that could be used by the common man. So they met in the summer of 1924, and then by January they were ready to open the doors of the bank.
It's really rewarding to hear the stories of a customer who comes in and says, you know, your grandfather gave me my first loan.
Banking will always be about people. It will not be about machines, computers, cell phones. So as we move forward into the future of the Farmers Bank of Willards, we always have to remember that people come first.
It's 6:55, and here are the things you need to know before you go. For nearly 2 years, Milford and Slaughter Beach have been trying to work together to connect the two communities. Town and city officials want to build a bicycle and walking pathway on Route 1. And on March 19th in Milford, the public is invited to learn about this project and some of the alternatives being considered to connect the two areas. This is happening from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Milford Public Works facility.
Yeah, this morning, Delaware and Maryland taking aim at one of the initiatives that helped get Donald Trump elected as president. We're talking DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. Trump's executive order ends preferential treatment in schools based on race. The attorneys general from Delaware and Maryland, Kathy Jennings and Anthony Brown, along with those in 13 other states, sent out their guidance on the order. This is for all schools that could be affected if they receive taxpayer money from the federal government. The attorneys general claim that these schools can still promote and seek out what they refer to as DEI experiences.
Stranded on the beach, people came together to save a seal in Fenwick Island, and for 3 days this harp seal was laying on the beach, which prompted the Marine Education, Research and Rehabilitation Institute to jump in and take it to help. That harp seal is now being taken to the National Aquarium in Baltimore to be looked after. And it is 6:56. We're going to take another quick look at your forecast before you start your day.
Bob, we get the return of the sun today.
Good thing.
Yes, the stormy weather has gone away. It's still going to be windy and cooler, but we will start to dry it out. And yes, you will need the sunglasses for today. Maybe the umbrella the next hour or so. Still a stray shower out there possible. Otherwise, a mix of sun and clouds. It gets windy again, gusts over 30 miles per hour. Temperatures, I think, in the low 50s. I'm thinking right around 54 degrees. Paul Davis, 10-day forecast, relatively quiet. We're in the lower 50s Friday through the weekend. Clocks go ahead 1 hour Sunday, so it's going to stay lighter now till about 7:30 in the evening for the weekend. It warms up next week. We'll go from 60 Monday to 70 on Wednesday. That's nice. Maybe a few spring showers on Thursday, and then drying out Friday and Saturday. No big storms on the horizon.
That's good to know, Bob. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News Midday at 11.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Thursday morning, everybody.